This planet will be ours.
You lost this war before you started, fool.
Primary threat spotted.
Moving into position. Neutralizing.
Take cover! This planet is ours, witch.
No, this planet is theirs.
Channel. My name is A Strategist, and today we will talk about one of my favorite RTS franchise of all time, Dawn of War. Well, to be fair, I like the first game. I love the second game, and the third game is just a huge disappointment. And that game is also the game that ended the franchise. So right now it's been years. I think probably half a decade now. We haven't heard anything about Dawn of War 3 since they pulled the plug and basically everyone behind that project just quit. But I think now is a perfect time for them, for Relic, to revive this franchise, especially after the success of Age of Empires. Age of Empires just did a generational run with their remaster leading up to the release of a whole new Age of Empire game that a lot of people did not expect to have, because the popularity of the RTS genre has went down quite a bit after the early 2000s, and right now kids and a lot of people just like FPS, first person shooter, and I think Soul Light, those are the game that people really enjoy. Somehow Forgotten Empires, the studio behind Age of Empires, they managed to pull it off with the remaster project, from the first Age of Empire all the way to the third Age of Empire, and the basically the Warcraft version of Age of Empire, Age of Mythology, which is way better than Warcraft in my opinion. And after they finished with, I think, Age of Empire 3 remaster or definitive edition, they released Age of Empire 4 to a smashing success. The game peaked at 73,928 player all time 3 years ago. It's a crazy number for an RTS game, and it keep entering and exiting the top 10 Steam list. So yeah, it's a smashing success, and they prove that there's still market for RTS game. Maybe you will not earn as much as the other game, but there will be less competitors in this market, I guess. And a lot of indie developer are focusing on RTS right now, so which is a good thing. A lot of YouTuber are very positive about the future of Age of Empire and RTS genre in general. Okay, back to the point of Dawn of War. So I remember it was during the Thanksgiving break during my first year of college. It's my first time move away from home, living alone in a campus. I didn't go home that year, and I was stuck in my room. Didn't have any friend, barely have enough money to feed myself, and I think they were rolling out Dawn of War 3, and Dawn of War 2 and 1 just got a massive discount, so I just went in and bought Dawn of War 2. And for some reason, I didn't start with Dawn of War 1. I jumped straight into Dawn of War 2, and the rest is history. I immediately got hooked into the game. It was really interesting, the story they have, betrayal, facing like impossible art, variety of enemy, each was different style fighting. You place as this squad of space marine clad in armor. You your fiery weapon, you turn your enemy into mist of blood. It's just awesome. And I immediately got hooked. I just stay in my room, play the whole campaign plus the DLC, and I finished all of them. The third installment, the third DLC, I think is Chaos Rising. I think that part I didn't like the most because it's moved away from the main character that we were playing. We were playing as ourselves, right? In the first the original game and the first expansion, and the latest and the final expansion, you play as one of the chaplain who messed up, and now basically it's his redemption arc. But I would have liked to stick around and play my character, to be honest. But yeah, in this tactical RTS game, it's basically like an RPG. You can equip your squad, your multiples of squad with different heroes, different squad member, different type of weapon, different type of playstyle. The assault marine, you just jumped in, fighting melee, tactical. Basically, you use assault weapon, not assault weapon, but basically machine gun and stuff. You don't have the greatest damage, but you can move around and drop grenade and stuff. And marine devastator, that was my favorite type. I I still play at like a devastator. At least that's how I remember they are called. Basically, big guy with a big machine gun, just emptying their clip into the enemy, turning all of them into mist of blood. It's just so satisfying to see. And Dreadnought, basically, it's a whole experience of playing the game, from the campaign to there's a survival mode. Everything is fun. There's so much thing to do in there. You can play PvP. You can enjoy your campaign. You can experience with different type of build, and yeah, it got me through the whole winter break when I was very lonely. I was very homesick, and it led me into 40k in general. After I finished playing Dawn of War, I started listening to Lutin, shout out to Lutin, and learning more about the Warhammer 40k universe. And I found out, at first I thought like Blood Raven was like one of the main chapter or the main army in the Dawn of War in the 40k universe. Turns out they are very minor faction, like just a minor chapter at the edge of the galaxy, and nobody give a fuck about them. They don't even know who their Primarch is, and uh, a lot of people do not like them because they have a habit of just stealing shit or just collecting weird relics, weird weapon. So the Inquisition keeping close eyes on them, and other chapter they have to guard their artifacts really carefully, or else they're gonna lose it to this Blood Raven. It's a interesting fact that I found out later on about the main faction, the Space Marine faction in Dawn of War, which is very funny. It's got me into Dawn of War, and I have been a fan ever since. I follow the everything on their YouTube channel. I follow Lutin a lot. I learn more about the universe. I never actually buy any figurine though, or tabletop, because first of all it was so expensive. Second of all, I never been in the place where I can set up a whole army. I switched from dorm room to dorm room, and at my place now I basically just rent out a room. I don't have like a big table or anything for like a figurine, for Space Marine figurine. I guess I can buy like a small one, but the small one you still have to paint them. Okay, let's get back to how Dawn of War ended. It ended with the third and final, at least at this point, final installment, Dawn of War 3, which they took an interesting turn where they reversed back into Dawn of War 1 with a playstyle, with the RTS focused playstyle, instead of a tactical RTS in Dawn of War 2. And they, I don't know, maybe because the old developer all moved away, the third game looked nothing like any of the first two installments. It just looked weird. I guess the knights are pretty cool, but other than that, it just looked weird. It doesn't have the same feeling as the first two Dawn of War, especially the second one. And I would say it right now, it's looked shittier than Dawn of War 2. So yeah, Dawn of War 3 was released. The campaign was very controversial. Instead of focusing on one faction, you have to focus on 3 different factions, and you play together simultaneously. And some mission is just very sucks. I don't think I finished the third one, the third Dawn of War campaign ever. No, yeah, I never finished it. I think it was the orc campaign where you have to push this weird gun that's bouncing off like a step and shit. It's really weird. And yeah, I did not have fun with that one. And other gamers, other Dawn of War like enthusiasts, fans also feel the same. So they voice their opinion, and guess what? The developer and Relic just pull the plug on the game immediately and just say, you know what, we're focusing on everything, so yeah, you gotta go fuck yourself. And that's how Dawn of War 3 ended. It ended in heartbreak. It's just really sad for me. I tried to get into the third game more, maybe try to show them that hey, people are still playing this game, maybe you guys should return, but no, I couldn't force myself to like that game. And I don't think adding 1 or 2 players into it is enough for them to bring back like a whole dev team. But now it's a different thing. As I mentioned before, Age of Empires is very successful with the remaster and definitive edition, and they're putting up a lot of player. Like as a clip, I show you guys. I mean, after the opening is the cinematic intro into the Dawn of War 2, which is very epic, and tens of thousands of people are still playing those games today. And I know Dawn of War 2 have a very dedicated um, fan base, and they have professional player too. And shout out to Ingrid Cast. I'm using his video, that of his casting video for this like tournament or gameplay as my background noise, background visual. And yeah, the game look great even after all this year. With those success and the success of Space Marine 2, a lot of people are getting into Warhammer 40k right now. A lot of eyes focusing on this universe. They should capitalize off of this. Redeveloping or like giving a definitive or remastered edition for an old game is easier. You already have the skeleton. You just need to do some freaking cosmetic. Basically, just make it look more beautiful. That's all. Maybe change some mechanic. And you know, the Age of Mythology, they changed some of the mechanic, and people love it. Some of the like key binding in Age of Empire 2, people also love that thing. So yeah, it's really simple, and you will get back some of the money that you invest into this franchise as Relic. It's just basically you go have a live franchise again, instead of just throwing this IP over there and do nothing with it. I know a lot of people like Bloodraven, so the announcement of a remaster Dawn of War 1 and then remaster Dawn of War 2, or even leading to a remaster of Dawn of War 3, they could do the same generational run as Age of Empire. And I know Relic is also in charge of Age of Empire, or involved with Age of Empire. Basically what they can do is that, back in college I learned in management class, is when one division is doing so well, like you take the second in command of that division and you put him or her as the head of a new division. So yeah, just pick the second in command of Forgotten Empire, put that dude into to in charge of Dawn of War Remaster project, and it's just let him cook. And based on the experience with Age of Empire that I had, they basically don't have to do anything. They just need to change up the graphic and maybe make the gameplays more smoother, add some key binding. Basically, just keep the core and add the seasoning to the dish, and that's been very successful. So yeah, basically that's the way you can revitalize this IP and franchise. A lot of people will say, hey, RTS, even if they make money, RTS doesn't make that much money. First of all, it's still millions of dollars potentially, and second of all, there's less risk. You're doing work on things that people already love, and people willing to pay to get a new one. It's guaranteed money unless you fuck it up like Warcraft 2 Reforge, which unlikely, especially if you let the people at Forgotten Empire cook with it. So I don't think that could happen. That's my thought on this. What do you think? Can Relic revive this franchise, or Dawn of War 3 will be the last Dawn of War we will ever get, which at this point is very likely. But yeah, finger crossed, and I just stay positive, I guess. Okay, that's it for this video. I'm out. Have a nice day.